Hi everyone, Alison here from Happiness Wellbeing page. Just jumping on board, going to give you a card, of course, from the Soul's Journey, just to start us off today. How's everybody been over the last couple of days? Thanks all for watching, much appreciated. Yeah, so these beautiful colour cards, 100%. Just going to pull a card and see what comes out. Oh, there we go, that's that one. Oh, that's massively great. It's courage. Courage is our card today. So I'll just read a little bit from that. So it says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So that's always good. Let's have a look. Courage. Okay. You need to remind yourself that part of the challenge is being a soul. Being a soul is learning to honour your own power by listening to your inner voice and following its advice. You are acknowledging the perfection of your intuition. Fear is only an illusion. The obstacles are great opportunities for you to demonstrate that you are coming from a place of love. Will conquer all your fears. Perhaps you are changing career paths or entering an exiting a relationship. I just took my words away, sorry. This test has been put before you because it's an opportunity to prove yourself that you and only you can make the correct decision. But by not taking that step forward, you may find yourself 2 steps back, only to face that same obstacle again. So in life, we all have all ups and downs, don't we? And we all go, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore, we're not going to do this anymore, but we always do. And that's because, again, it's the limited belief systems that we all have. We all it's a bit like when relationships fail. So like you with a long-term person, and then or in any relationship really, you're with a person and everything's good, and then you have a big massive row, and before the row they're not being attentive, they're not being loving, or they're not being this and they're not being that, and they're not the person you want them to be, they're not clearing up after, all that. And then when you have this row and you're like, that's it, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore, and that. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a glare from my glasses. And then you just get on with yourself and do what you got to do, and then all of a sudden this person moulds into this person that you first knew, that you first met, this loving, caring, holding your hands, taking you shopping, doing this, doing that, being the polite person. So you think, oh, okay. You don't stay with your intuition of let's just call it a day, or I'm not doing that anymore, I'm not doing that job anymore, it just don't feel right. You fall back into the trap. Not so much the trap, I wouldn't say a trap, that's probably the wrong word, but you fall back into the comfort zone. That's the word, comfort zone. So you fall back into that, and then you prod along for a few months and everything, and then poof, it all goes again, and before you know it, your life's gone, and you're still fighting that same old battle because you've not found your inner truth, you've not found your inner soul love, if you like. And it's hard, it's all right for me sitting here rambling and on and on and on and on and on, but it's only because I've been there, and I just want to put it out there for people that it can be done. If I can do it, anybody can do it, trust me. So then I had somebody say to me, somebody messaged me, why do we need to clear ourselves? Don't worry, it's not vodka, it's only water. Why do we need to clear ourselves? Why do we need to what does that actually do? So if you think yourself, like I've said before, I think, a sponge, and you get all this negative energy, they're standing in a shop, you got people talking about people gossiping and all that, it's all negative energy. And without you realising it, your aura is sucking all that in and it's attaching itself to you. So then this sponge that once was light, fluffy, with all these holes in it, starts clogging up. Does that make sense? So like, it's all clogging up, and then you get full of all this clog and all emotions that are not even yours. So we need to unblock them to release all that busyness that isn't yours, you know, because when our aura is clear, we can protect ourselves then. So if we protect our aura, we can ask Archangel Michael to come forward with his 100% light to clear our aura and be with us, and we can ask him to clear our workspace before we go in there. We can ask him to clean the car, the house. Do that every morning. Say that little mantra to yourself every morning before you go into work, before you get into car. When you get up, if you just say, Archangel Michael with 100% light, thank you for being with me through the night, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, just ask Archangel Michael with his 100% light to be with you with his healing. And then Archangel Raphael, he's the healing archangel, so he will come in and heal your light as well. And when we heal, people around us sort of soften as well, because they can see the difference in you. So like, if I had I don't know, another for instance in my life, because I don't know what goes on in other people's lives. If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here, I'd be a millionaire. Say my husband comes in from work and says, oh, I had a right old shit shift, da 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 da. Where I used to probably feed that negativity by saying, well, you got to go there, you got to do this, you got to do that, I mean, you know, moaning my head off. Instead of saying that and saying, well, it's just, you know, you've done your shift now, well done for getting through your shift. Or if it's his last one, well, at least it's your last shift, you know, you've only got 2 more nights, or you've only got 2 more of this, or it's a positive. I am not giving him a negative. I'm not feeding him that, if that makes sense. So if say you're at fire, so I'm not putting coal on the fire to make the flames bigger, if that makes sense. I'm just keeping it, although it probably seems short and blunt, it's not, because it's just putting a stop to a negativity. So it just puts a stop to it. So then and then you just go on as normal. I went into somewhere yesterday actually and got something, and the lady in behind the counter said to me, oh, I've had a right hell of a day, you know, the systems are down, all the customers are getting moody with me, they're all shouting and swearing at me. And I'm like, but it's not your fault. It's not your fault the system's down. It's not your fault that there's a blip on the internet. I said, but at least they're getting their money. She went to me, oh, thank you very much. I said, well, it's not your fault, is it? She was like, no, it's not. It's as simple as that. It's not your fault. I don't really know how much emphasis I can give on this of clearing, you know. I lay and meditate quite a bit, but I didn't do any of that. And if somebody had sat there 3, 4, even 5 years ago, 5 years, yeah, my mum's been gone, time goes so quick, 6 years this year. If somebody said to me, Alison, you just need to do that, I'll be like, oh, where? What you on about? And it's not until you try it that you know it really, really works. You know, the Reiki is very calming, it relieves your stress, you just feel so at ease and at calm, and it's, you know, it's not just for adults, it's for children, helps them sleep, helps them be stress free. It's for anybody, animals can have it, anybody. So my next venture is to do myself a vision board. Ooh, nearly fell off my chair then. So I've been and got my vision board. I don't know whether you can see that. Can you see that? Quite a big vision board. Yeah. So I am going to do myself a yearly vision board and manifest my year ahead. So I'm going to go big and big with this manifestation and put it right out there for the universe to be there and look at for me, and manifest. Is there anybody give us a wave if there's anybody watching, because I don't know because my internet is not working on this one. I pulled myself some cards today. They were from the Liquid Crystals, so they're quite nice cards for me. So Silence was my first one, and then Fearless Movement was my second one, and they're pretty cards. But what I'm going through at the minute with on my journey of everything, they're very appropriate for me, because it's just telling me to sit back and let everything sink in now, what I've been doing over the weeks. You know, like all my journeys that I've been on through all of my years, and so like when you're on this journey and everything's toddling along nicely and you're clearing your energy and you're not getting mixed up in anything and everything, and then all of a sudden, bam, something comes back totally like your old reality. I sit there and think, oh my God, it's not working. What's happening? What's that doing? But it's not that. It's bringing it awakening. So it's what happens is something similar from your past will come to you, and then that makes you think, oh, and it is because you're rising up a level with your awareness, because it's how long it takes you to clear yourself from that particular story or that particular action that's been brought back to you from reality, from your past life, if that makes sense. So it's how quick you actually get that cleared from your system, and then you know that I've had such a big awakenings for mine. Usually happy over the weekends. I usually like do all my clearing and get all my limited beliefs out, and then boom, it all comes over the weekend. It just drops in. Oh yeah, that's it. I don't know whether I've told you in the other live streams, but anyway, I'm doing dry January. I'm not drinking all dry January. And again, then people that know me I like a wine at the weekends. So this is new to me, and I feel quite happy behind the fact that I'm doing a dry January. If there's anybody else out there doing anything for January, please let me know. Yeah, I mean, that was a noisy motorbike. I've also changed my room around today and give that a good old clean and spruce up. And now I am going to jump off and go and take my doggies for a walk to get a bit of fresh air in my lungs. So please send me a message if there's anything I can help you with. Once again, I do Reiki and card readings and the 21-day shifter. Everything will be coming on my Facebook page shortly with everything in more detail. So thank you for watching again, and I'll see you shortly. Take care.